Hello, everybody. My name is Kitsune, also known as Judas, and today we are on episode 3 of Skyopolis Evolved, where, between recording sessions, I've built us a little bit of a house. It was just a lot of boring putting everything together, so I thought I'd do it off camera. But I managed to secure some oak wood from the other small islands around and put together this little area. I've also flattened out a lot of this space so we can use it for future projects and automation stuff. We also have a lovely pig in our airship who I may need to name at some point if we can come across a name tag. That all being said, inside it's fairly simple. Again, I'm not really the best at building, so I've made do with what I know. It's probably not the greatest, but it's mine, and we'll take that. Being said, as soon as the sun goes down here, I'm gonna rest up because we have some stuff to get to. Today, I'm probably thinking we're gonna use some of these wooden hoppers to at least begin automation of what I can for this lovely, lovely sifter. To do that, I need a quick chest. Now, the way that wooden hoppers work is the exact same as normal hoppers, except only one input slot, so they're going to move a lot slower. However, what we can do is go into our stone-related chests. Did I? All of that, and I only have 11 dirt left. Amazing. I might take an airship over real quick and just carve out a large portion. Need some charcoal for fuel. Excellent. We'll make our way over. Yeah, between sessions, I've also managed to customize my own Minecraft skin, as I showed off. Oh, I didn't put inventory. That might be helpful. So I am no longer using the wrong username and such. I've changed everything over, and it's now official looking. At least as official looking as I can be, with nothing really going on. Let's see. Yeah, I could just do a quick terraforming of this whole area. How many? Is that 4 stacks of dirt? That's not bad. Yeah, this airship breaks really fast, so it's really not useful for traveling anything more than a short distance. Plus, it's pretty slow. We're probably going to need a new one here soon. That all being said, I also happen to, if I remember correctly, at least from the quest book, the next thing we need to do is to get that, take out all the fuel while we're not using it. The next thing we need to do will involve some zombie flesh, so we're going to have to go scouring into the night. In the meantime, however, could probably make a little input chest up here. And we'll just let this run for a while. No chest upgrades yet, but once I get them, we'll start doing that. The only other thing about the quest book that is of note is that I did craft a crafting table on a stick, not realizing that that would finish out these quests. So I will claim that reward, go to Completionist, and check it off here as well. Nature requires some books. Do we have any leather yet? No. There are cows in the world we could probably go and find if we really wanted to. Might be a good option here soon. But once it turns nighttime, that will probably be our next job, is we need a zombie summoning pearl. Being said, food bags. What do we got? We have a pumpkin slice and a pumpkin pie. That is extremely apt, apparently. Oh, I've just been reminded by those seeds. We have a full harvest to go over here for. Get all of this. These worms are really making this quite a bit faster. I could probably be a lot more efficient about this farm space, but it's good enough for now. This higher quality wheat, does it actually do anything, I wonder? There's pneumatic craft. I didn't know you added that recipe. That is pretty funny. Oh yeah, if you just blow up wheat, you know, you can gain the flour that comes from it. That's how the ancients used to do it. Fun fact. That all being said, I think, is there anything else I need to do? Hoarder, we need to get 64 loot bags, couple stacks of cobblestone and dirt. We're honestly probably pretty close to that one. Are these different places you can find around the world? Skystone temples, mine shafts, air balloons. Bedrock? There's bedrock somewhere in the world? That's very interesting, actually. Where do we find that? Yeah. Okay, so future meshes are definitely going to be useful down the road. I've never actually looked too far into the rest of this. Is plot energistics at some point? Yes, there is. So I'm going to have to get into that stuff way down the line. Not way down the line. It's only the next chapter. Next section of chapters, at least. But Ender I... Is that Ender IO? That is Ender IO. Comes first with a bunch of different pipes for automation and such, and then we can really get into the nitty-gritty of things. Strainers, purified sand. Wow, there is a lot. Summoning block as well. Be used to summon mobs. Some ender fragments for it, and a flesh block. Alright. That being said, if we need to kill zombies, I don't know why I have so many sticks in my inventory, we definitely need a sword. And unfortunately, unless there is a good battle axe out there, that would be fun. Well, fun. I don't think that's one we're getting for a while. So we will just hit it with the standard stone sword recipe. As for armor, we don't currently have many funds to buy more with at the moment. Money, did I? No, I guess I have just used it all. Don't remember on what, though. That's weird. Put all of the sticks and such in there. Excellent. Alright. So, on the background, I also just have some more stone meshes being cooked up, because I have a feeling we're going to need quite a few of these, because these go through fairly quickly. Actually, I wonder, hold on, how much of this is towards that one completion, or hoarder quest? That's only 315 of it. We have quite a ways to go. Well, might as well restock up on the cobblestone we can. And put the meshes in there. Alright. I think we are probably good for nighttime. I'm gonna fly to a separate island for this. Probably pick up some of these pumpkins on the way. You know what, let's also see what goes on in these guard towers. They've been here a lot. Probably not going to be hostile to me, I hope. There's no chests on the ceiling, but we'll land up here. Quest completed, that's great at least. Yeah, it just seems like there's guards here. I bet you we can give them better armor and stuff. I think that's what the quest book was talking about at the very beginning. Setting up our own guard station. Are those bears? Yes, they are. I didn't realize mobs was in this bag. That's neat. Yeah, don't mind me, guys. I'm just here for the pumpkins. Might be useful down the line later. You never know when you're gonna need to get some pumpkins going. Get the slice so we have our extra stuff. Alright. You know what? Comment down a name for our pig airship corporal. He seems to know what he's doing with the airship when I'm not around. That is a very large mine shaft down there. Wonder if those have loot chests. Probably not. The pack seems very dead set on not breaking any of its own aggression. Yeah, there's monsters down there. Might be where we have to go. Oh, there's also a beehive. This could be useful later. I don't know necessarily much about what we'll need bees for, but if we need bees, there are bees. Alright, let's... So it's not an entrance. I think we're just gonna have to do a bit of digging here. More unique flavors. Thank you, food bags, for all of the extra hard work. Can't make a shield yet, so skeletons are going to be annoying to fight. There's a zombie. There's also an ender mini. Alright, we just need 4 rotten flesh, and then we can sleep until day. I almost ate it. I never said I was a smart man. Okay. Let us continue looking. Yeah, I do have a couple ideas for maybe some future mod packs to do as well. There's a little one called Ultimate Alchemy that I've definitely always wanted to see if I could beat. Entirely focused on automation. That is a spider that's poisonous. Hold on. This is kind of bad. Okay, it wasn't very long of poison, but still. Lord, that man really came back from vengeance. And I'm fine with that fact. Apologies if it's getting a little dark. I'm trying to keep the light levels low for more mob spawns, at least of the kinds we need. Make sure we have an out if we need it. The bears are very loud. Dropped 2. Really funny. He dropped 0. I got greedy. I shouldn't have asked. It's all skeletons. It's 90% skeletons out here. And some creepers over there. I'm glad all the creepers are over there and not over here. Let's see, my mini-map is telling me we have some zombies over this way. Yes, but he has an iron sword. Okay. Well, let's deal with this guy. My armor just broke. That's not great. Okay, we need to run, I feel like. That's a chicken jockey. Oh no. Well, that is not a chicken jockey. That is a drum zombie? Oh my god. Okay, yeah, sure. I guess that's meant to be the counterpart to the skeleton. Yep, okay, cool. And we can just knock you off. Alright, we're at 3 rotten flesh. Heck, overgrown skeleton. Alright, you go off the edge. He died of fall damage. I'll take it. I just need 1 more rotten flesh. Almost there. Hear him in the cave system. There he is. Give this to me. Yes! Okay, we can leave. Oh, dear lord. Alright. Oh god. No! Oh. Alright. I think our airship may be a little glitched, which is not great. Well then, welcome to today's adventure, where we, oh no. You know what, let's relog the pack real quick. Let's, okay, there we go. Alright, good to know. If I die, just, relog. I don't know if that's because I died inside of the airship or whatever the case may be, but, yeah, let's head inside and let's go to sleep. Maybe I could light up my own island a little more. I did have a commenter talking about the music that was playing. Said it was actually a good thing and that I missed out. I will admit that I do not trust this, and I really hope it doesn't come back. Because that was not the kind of music you expect from a good thing. Alright, let's do some clearing out of our area here. Fallen moon. Oh god, yep. I remember these guys. I faced them in other packs. This is not a fun enemy to fight. we're gonna heal up a little bit before we go back out. So you are just running on empty fuel. Okay. You're fine. But let's continue forward. Alright, we have the rotten flesh we need. All we need to do now is craft it with an ice ball, and we get our thing. Alright. I mean, it shouldn't be too hard if we summon it during the day, I feel like. Infested zombie loot rolls. That doesn't really tell me what that gives me, does it? Oh, Explorer. Yep, we get the guard tower. And then summoning. Of course, it begins raining as soon as I wish to attempt this, meaning this is going to be a lot harder. Oh no, my speed boots. That's what broke. Dang. Those were very helpful. Well, let's grab an extra sword at least, if I can. Good lord, I cannot maneuver these things correctly today. Alright. There we are. Let's also craft a lot of extra bread. And get 10 more. Is there any more efficient way to make bread from this wheat at the moment? Say, well, rice dough, obviously, I don't have. Say, need the other type of water bucket, which I don't have. Raw pasta? Huh. This cooking pot's gonna be useful to get eventually. But let's take it. Oh, and we have better bread for one of these. That's great. That'll be useful. What else? Let's just do this. It's the only thing gating our progression right now. Let's just go. Alright. Wave by wave. Here we go. Oh, teleport. That's cool. That's probably how we get the shards. You know, if I can figure out the AoE these guys spawn in. Oh, that's a baby one. That's a baby zombie. Sword. So I wonder, is the time limit how long I have to kill them before I just fail? Or until it spawns the next wave? I'm going to assume until I fail. Why are you spawning more babies? Stop that. Oh, they can teleport me. Oh, no. Okay. I'm going to assume probably only onto solid blocks, so I'm not going to be teleported off the edge of the world, but definitely get bad later on. Wow. That gave us a lot. Cool. We can progress now. We have done our fighting. Basic loot boxes for loot bags. Stone and more speed boots. Yes! I'm so happy. We got them back. I missed them so much and we only were missing them for a little bit. Now, what does this drum do? That's amazing. Definitely gonna use that for something later. I don't know what, but by God, we will find out. Alright. So, we get battle blocks. Interesting. This is a whole new type of currency. There's a lot of things. Huh. Well, let's just take all of this stuff and start a quest crafting adventure. The summoning block. Alright. We need 6 stone, which we just actually got from a quest. That's light gray stone. Will this work? It will not work. Alright. We need to cook some cobblestone. So get that going. So put the light gray stone in there. That is mean that does not work. Or the generator. But whatever. Just wait for one more piece and boom. Alright. The summoning block. Now completed yet another quest. Alright. Using blocks of flesh you can summon new guards. Cool. You can probably use guards to automate the zombie stuff. Not sure if that's how that works, but it might be good to try. Like 2 ender pearls. Alright, well he's chill, so if he's chill, I'm chill. Alright, I'm not gonna mess with him. Gateway pearl. Bigger battles. I feel like we're gonna need some void portal. Just an empty void may be useful for a fighting arena. It's always night. We need a buttload of obsidian for that one. Interesting. What dependencies do you have? We need to do both of them. Same for purified gravel, because it drops from zombie and skeleton parties. Alright. Let us... How did we craft transformation powder? It was... Right, so I'm going to need 8 red dye, 8 yellow dye, 16 bone meal. Which is quite a bit, but we might have enough if we cutting board, yes. Need a knife. Need a flint knife. Require stick. Piece of flint. Now, where did I put my cutting board? I don't think I brought it in here, actually. It's probably in the chest. Yes, it is. Put it over here for now. There we go. And now, over to here. Alright. 4 transformation powder, and 1 ender pearl, for the gateway pearl. Alright. Oh, it's gonna spawn. Okay. I believe it's time to figure out how these guards work. These are... There's no way we can fight these all on our own. It is definitely intending us to get some guards. Alright. Now. Guard spawner. Nice. And then the summoning block. How do we summon more guards? Stone and a flesh block. Interesting. So real quick, let's make the zombie party orb. Oh, these are the only 4 I have. I'm gonna need a lot more. Alright. Well. I need daytime. Alright. Hopefully this also stops all the rain and make this a lot easier. Our new roommate, Jeremy. Oh god. Okay. Alright. Let me grab a bunch of wheat. We're gonna craft this into bread. And then we're gonna try this fight. Got a bit of redstone from that. Maybe that can skip some progression down the line. Put that in there for now, because I don't fully know what to do with it. Yeah, the extra quality wheat doesn't seem to do much else. I'm not quite sure why it exists. Unless if I use all of that quality? No, that also doesn't. So leave a comment down below if you know what the extra quality stuff actually does for me. But we have some guards. Let's do it. Alright, guards. Here we go. Why are you so boosted? Yes, guards, get him. He only seems to be focused on me, so if I could just kite him into the guards. Oh, that lag is not great. Okay. Alright, this is doable. We've got this. Wow, you are almost dead. Probably way harder. I'm glad I'm doing the zombie one first. Very much a thing we need to work on. Alright, final wave, boys. Go get him. Amazing. Interesting. Okay, so do the bigger battles, we get bigger rewards. And with all of this combat, wow, that is a lot of purified gravel. We may not have to do this again for a while. That is also how we generate resources. Alright, battle fragments. What can these be used for? Doesn't seem like any... Oh, these just combine into more battle bucks. But if I put battle bucks in here, we can really start to get better armor and stuff. Alright. Well, I think... Let's see... How's chainmail compared to our current stuff? Copper is better. So... Well, let's also open up our loot bags. We get yellow stone. Some more of something we already had. Yay. A spider eye. Let's put all this stuff away for now. Oh, that's giving me money. Bone. Redstone. More bones. Pink stone. And more bones. Wow. These loot boxes are immaculate and forever useful. With no sarcasm whatsoever. Alright, bamboo we get from straining purified sand. So, how do we get purified sand? That also gives purified gravel. How does one get purified sand? Oh, we need purified water. Okay. Which is purifying salt mulch. Which is sand around... They really just kind of skipped that in the quest book. They just kind of went, yep, here's how your next stuff works. Well, I guess this gives coal and tin. Well, let's put all that away for now, I guess. Not you. You guys have to go in the nature and plants chest. Alright. Well, let's take some mulch. Let's take some of the sand we've been getting over here. It ran out of a thing. That's my bad. It's definitely been out for a while. Also grab what pieces from here I can. Alright, let's see. And then I can transformation wand this into normal sand and sandstone. It's another chest of it. Yep, there it is. Excellent. We just need one more sandstone rock. Come on. Give it to me. Yes! I could also just too late. I wasted all of the time. Optimal time waster here. Professional at what I do. Alright. So, I think we're going to need a second strainer here in a moment. Probably going to need a lot more strainers. Let's go outside for this real fast. And grab a bucket. So I've messed with strainers before, so I kind of know how this works. Then we get purifying water, which we can then put in a new strainer tank with more strainers and all of this, and together that will all combine into our purified sand, which, looking at the timer here, I think we will save all that for next time. Before I go, however, let's do some gambling. Let's grab a relic. It's probably not the most efficient way to do it, however, I want to see what we get. The Blazing Flask. Flight? When using the ability on a block, creates a restricted flight zone, but only if there's fire in the area. What? Okay, hold on. Let's go to controls here. Not research. Category relics. Left alt. Alright. Oh. Okay, I can't make a flint and steel. This one isn't useful to me. This one does nothing at the moment. Maybe that's useful later. That is technically a form of flight. Oh, he has placed down his dog. Thank you for the gift, kind sir. Thank you for the Reddit gold, kind stranger. Alright. Well, that was not worth it, I don't think. I think we could have gotten a much better one. Maybe between episodes, I'll grind a couple more of those. More accurately, I'll probably just make some extra strainers and tanks, preparation for what's to come. And next time, we'll start down our way of meshes all the way until we reach the flight block. Oh, just better than the thing we just got. Okay. I feel like we got gypped a little bit. Alright. Well, have a great rest of your day, guys, as we will end episode here. Next time, we will go through all of the ores, go through all of the strainers, and figure out what else goes on. See you guys then.